Hey everyone, it's Ron with Narilla Software Solutions, and I am excited to be here today to show you a little bit about Robo Contact from a 50,000 foot view. This is a really good piece of software, and what it really does is it gives you the ability to scrape websites for information like their email address, their phone number, contact information, any of that that's available on their website. And so what I'm going to do is in this video is I'm going to go through and show you on the steps here. We're going to go ahead and create some profiles. Then we're going to go to Contact Us. Then we're going to Email Messages, and we'll go to Email Filters. What are those and what do they look like? And then we're going to go ahead and look at a campaign or two. And the reason I show you that is because it's really important to kind of have all this set up before you get started. Now, what is Robo Contact? So what Robo Contact does is once we create those 5 steps, then what you can do is you can actually go out and scrape email addresses. You can scrape phone numbers. You can scrape URLs. And the way you do that is you do a search, and you can put parameters in there. We'll go through that in just a minute here. But you can put parameters in there, and then it'll actually go out automatically to the websites and find the information. Now, the Contact Us messages will go to Contact Us forms. So if the website has a Contact Us form, your message that you pre-created will automatically be sent to them. So if you can imagine 300 or 500 or even 100 or 50 websites that were found, and of those, a portion of them have a Contact Us page, that is so awesome for you, because if you have a really good message there, odds are they're going to find that message and they're going to reply to you or respond to you. Same with email messages, right? So if you have email messages set up, they'll go ahead and send email addresses to those who have an email address if you choose to, or you can export the CSV file and use it how you need to. So let's go ahead and get in and take a look at profiles here. That's the number 1 step we talked about. And you see I have some here already, but I'm going to go ahead and create a new profile group. And I'm just going to call this test for this purpose. So there's my test group, and I'm going to go ahead and let me just go back here just to kind of show you. I'm going to go ahead and add a new profile, and we are going to select the group test. Okay, so now I'm going to put my full name in here, and I'll explain all this in just a minute here. And my first name, let's just do Narilla Software Solutions, Narilla Software Solutions at gmail.com. My phone number, random. All right, zip code, and Missouri. HTTPS www.Narilla Software Solutions, and I'll go through this in just a minute here. .com. Now the CAM/SPAM full email address, this is an email address of where your business is, because really you have to have that. This does show up in the footer of the emails, so let's just do 123 Main Street, St. Peters, Missouri, 62376. And you can also put a signature here if you want. Ron Lebeau, just for the sake of it, I'm just NSS, and then my phone number, for example. Alright, so once you get that and you're happy with it, go ahead and click Next. Alright, and then you'll need to connect your Gmail account, right? So by doing that, you would click here. It's going to ask me which one am I going to connect with. So I'm going to connect with this one. I could have connected with the others as well. And it's going to ask me for permission. And then once it's done with that, it's going to go ahead and set that up for you. It's going to give you an approval. When you see this, you know you're good. You can actually put your email address in here and test it if you choose to, but you don't need to. I want to go back, though, and show you a little bit about what we did there. So when I set this test up, and let me go back, sorry. when we set this up here, let me just go and take a look through all this and show you a little bit of what we're doing here. So the reason we have full name and then first name and last name is because some contact us forms are set up with full name, where that would just put in Ron LeBeau, and some have first name and last name separately, and it'll identify that and put in as it needs to. So that's pretty cool and pretty clever how they've done that. It's really kind of neat how it works. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of this now, and we have our profile set up and our profile group. So the next step was the contact us messages. So let's go ahead and come in here to contact us messages. And you can see here I've got a couple set up, but let's go ahead and create a new one here just to kind of show you how to do this. And I'm just going to call it test. All right, there we go. So we're going to go ahead and you see the group is set up, test. Let's go ahead and add a new message. And remember, this is the message that's going to the contact us form on their website, right? So this one here is test message. This is for you, whatever you want to call it here. Now the subject line is what they're going to see here. So do you need more customers? And just, some kind of an interesting subject line to kind of pique their interest. Hey there, I see that your business is open. I would be happy to share with you some ideas, blah blah blah, you get it, and then you hit save. Okay, so let me go ahead and just save that because you really don't need to see me try and type and mess it all up. But anyhow, okay, so there's the message, right? So if we edit this, you can see the message. It's right there. Okay, so we got it. The test message, the message name, that's for us. The subject line is something intriguing to them, and then of course the message. I always like to try and keep mine short and sweet because I know that they're busy. I don't want to try and pretend. I don't try and pretend to be a customer. So I just want to see if they're interested. There are plenty of people out there if they're not. All right, so then that's the contact us messages. Number 3 is email messages, right? So let's go ahead and go to email messages. You can see I've got a couple email groups here. I'm going to go ahead and create a new email group. And again, we're going to call this test. Once we get all these set up, these templates set up, then it's really, really good. So let's just do this. This is test. Again, this is for me. The message is something similar like I can help you get more customers. This isn't a marketing class, so I am just trying to type something out here, and then you would just type in your message here, your signature, and that type of thing. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and save this. For the sake of time, you would type in a message, an email message that you want, right? And you can add more email messages. So you can add a follow-up message. So if I wanted to add a follow-up message, you can see here. Now this is delay after the first initial email. So this isn't a delay total like 3 days from this one. This is a delay after the first initial. So how many days after that first one goes out do you want to send this next message? And then you would just go ahead and send that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and back out of this. Step number 4 is email filters. This is so if you're really trying to narrow down who you're sending it to, you might want to get rid of the .govs and the .edus. Those are probably, you want to go ahead and filter those out because that's government and education. Those probably won't matter to your list, and you probably don't need or want them. And then the last thing here is the campaigns. So you can see I have a few campaigns set up here already. Let's go ahead and create a campaign, and this is where it kind of gets fun. So let's let's give this a name here. So let's just call this roofers in let's just say roofers in Warrenton, Missouri. Okay, that's just for me. And so location, I can say Warrenton. And as you see the drop down here. Now, if you don't get this drop down, if this drop down doesn't start appearing, that just simply means that your API is not set up. Go back and make sure your API is set up correctly, and this will work for you. So you click on Warrenton, Missouri. Let's just add another location because we can, right? I mean, we want this list to be very helpful and meaty for us. So there's Wright City is out that way. So there's Wright City, and we'll just go ahead and leave it at that. And then we're going to do like roofers, keyword. So we'll do roofing contractor. All right, and then what message are we going to send? So let's just go ahead and send our test. This is the email group message, and then this is going to be the contact us message, because remember, we tailored these to roofers, right? So this message group is for contact is tailored to roofers. The email group is tailored to roofers as well. And which profile am I going to use? I'm going to use the test group profile. Okay. Now the email filters. So if you remember those were the .gov and the .edu. You can turn those on or turn them off. It doesn't really matter. And then basically how to find email. So scrape email from website. If you have a hunter.io account, you can set it up here. And then you can also set it up for both, okay, if you choose that. Or you can just go ahead, and then also you can run this to Zapier and do some things there if you're interested in that. There's a lot of cool things there. I'm going to go ahead now. I will show you real quickly that I would not recommend removing the can scam full address or the unsubscribe leave. I would leave these empty. The only other option is to run immediately after search. I choose not to do that because I want to see that. CSV file. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this while it's downloading there. Okay, that literally took like a minute, right? So let's take a look at the results here. So first of all, you can see the campaign. It's roofers in Warrenton, Missouri, with the locations, the keywords we suggested, the emails, message, the contact us, the profile, all those things that we filtered on there, and then we go down below here. In this case, I didn't use a very good example for the roofers. I only used a couple small areas, but you get the point. This list will actually grow big, right? But I wanted to show you this part. So you can see here that it didn't find any email addresses. It did find 3 contact us forms, and then you can export this as a CSV file. I will show you another one of my campaigns that I ran here just to show you an idea of what it really does look like when you do it correctly. And it's not that I didn't do it correctly before, it's just that I kind of eliminated a bunch of stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look at one that I ran before. And if you scroll down here, you can see I've already run this, so I can only export it as a CSV file. But you do get some good information here, right? So you can see here there's no form, no form, no form, form sent, right? So form sent. So they did get the contact us form. This one actually became a client of mine as a result of this. It's really kind of cool. And if you scroll down here, now I can export this as a CSV file and do whatever I choose to do with that. So a lot of good information here. I hope that was helpful to you. Look forward to talking to you in other videos, and have a great day.